Welcome back to the PSN Commands Network. It's your boy Tonka, a tech. We're back with another video. If I get to a word of God, for God's right now, God's open doors, and pay before opening the doors ain't prayer. Today's video, we're out of Washington Commanders, and today, if I get too far into it, just a quick verse of the day. Lord, you are my God. I will exalt you and praise your name. For imperfect faithfulness, you have done all your wonderful things. Things planned long ago. So God knows the plan they have for you, man, and just gotta be patient. You know what I'm saying? But today we're here at the Rabbit of Washington Commanders. Before I get too far into it, like I said, I got a big quick run. Chanel, let me do a favor real quick. I'll be right back in 2 seconds, and we can get right into today's topic, which is the JJ McCarthy stuff, and also my quarterback ranking for the 2024 NFL Draft. I'll be right back. My fault, y'all. But yeah, so let's wrap. So Adam Peters met with JJ McCarthy, or he's going to meet with him before his pro day. He's going to the Commanders dinner with Adam Peters and the rest of the brass of the Commanders. I think also we'll talk to the Vikings as well, a couple other teams. And the question is this really just due diligence, or is this really real interest in JJ McCarthy? So I'm gonna talk about that tonight, and also we'll talk about the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL draft and why I believe those guys are where they are. So I'm gonna go ahead and look at the list of quarterbacks as well. Um, I'll give you my top 10. So I'm going to PFF Simulator. I'm not going to do any drafting or anything like that. I'm just going to look at the quarterback position real quick. And then I should have did. But yeah, so let's start with the whole JJ McCarthy thing, right? So let's start with the whole JJ McCarthy thing. So they're going to dinner with JJ, meet with him. They're obviously going to attend his pro day as well, which is on Thursday. I just find it very interesting that they're doing that. I don't know if they did that with Caleb. I guess they just gave up on Caleb at that point. But JJ McCarthy's an interesting guy. He hasn't thrown much in his time in Michigan. They're a very run-heavy offense during his time there with the Wolverines. He did win a national championship. Only lost one career start. You see some really big-time pros in there for JJ McCarthy. Very pro-style like offense in Michigan under Jim Harbaugh before he went to the Chargers. I think it's a very interesting prospect here in JJ McCarthy. He's not a lot of tape on him because he hasn't thrown the ball a lot, right? But you see some tight window bros. You see some bros when you're like, ooh, okay, JJ. He doesn't throw a ton of head scratching interceptions either on tape. Maybe because of the lack of pass attempts, maybe he throws the ball more in the NFL. You might see more head scratching interceptions, but I think he's very, very judicious with the football and very careful with the football. But you want to see, he's a very good game manager of games. He's a guy that is not going to make the most critical mistake of the world. He might not make the biggest plays, but he also didn't make the biggest mistakes. So that does give some credit and kudos to for not being super turnover prone as well. He's an interesting guy. I'm not gonna hold you, and he's a guy that you kind of want to keep your eye on as well. Like he's a guy that can be surprised at the 2024 NFL draft and go a lot sooner than expected. I think JJ can go as high as 5. Via a trade up, of course. I don't think the Chargers would take him, but I do believe he can go as high as 5 or 6. Probably 6 of the Giants would be the highest I would say. But you never know. Maybe Arizona might want to trade down and get more picks. Maybe even New England might want to do the same thing as well. But it's just really interesting to see where he's going to go in this draft. He's the biggest wild card of anyone in this whole draft class right now. He's interesting. JJ McCarthy is very interesting. I think it's some real interest, honestly, but not like we're going to draft him interest, but in case if Adam does get a deal that he cannot refuse for the number 2 pick. Let's just say the Giants want to come and take Drake May. Let's just give a hypothetical, right? And they're willing to give up a swap, both second-round picks, and next year's first-round pick to move up 4 spots from 6 to 2 to take Drake May. And you tell me I get JJ McCarthy out of that? And you get 2 second-rounders and next year's first-rounder? I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that. I can't say no. I don't love JJ McCarthy, but I can't say no to that. Plus JJ McCarthy. I can't say no to that plus JJ. That's a lot of draft capital. So I'm going from 2 second-round picks to 4. Well, I think no, that's right. They don't got to have a second-round pick no more. They traded for the Brian. So no, so it'll be more like their second rounder, next year's second rounder, and a first rounder, right? So you're going to still have 3 second-round picks in this draft, and you'll vastly improve the defense. So you're really going to have more of an offensive-laden draft, I believe, for the Commanders. You already got picks like Terry McLaurin on the roster, Jahan Dotson, and Brian Robinson. You added Austin Eckler. You added Zach Ertz. They're kind of like short-term solutions. You might want to find some longer-term solutions for both of those guys in the draft. You resigned Cornelius Lucas. You picked up the Anna Grady guy out from the Chiefs to fortify the offensive line a little bit more. Who picked up someone else too? I didn't pick up left tackle yet, but did everything else. We picked up Tyler Biotish. So we got some pieces on offense, right? But you want to kind of fortify that offense and really make it a really good offense, right? So I think they'll do that in the draft. But you have an extra second-round pick to do that. And then you have a guy like Marcus Mariota who could be a bridge to JJ McCarthy if you think he's not ready yet to sit behind him. And then that allows you to build this offense to get a tag team partner for Terry, put Jahan in the slot, get another tight end team with Zach Ertz for now, and will probably be our tight end one of the future. Go ahead and get another tackle to team up with the offensive line, fix that offensive line completely. You have an extra pick to do that, and then you get JJ McCarthy. So you do get the franchise quarterback along with getting more picks. It's hard to say no. It's hard to say no. It's hard to say no to that. But I think Adam Peters has opened up all avenues. I think he's very open to anything, including trading back in a certain scenario. I think we're going to probably stay at 2 and take a quarterback though. But I think there's some real interest if the trade down was possible and you still get your hands on JJ McCarthy. Now let's get to the quarterback rankings, right? All right. So we're gonna get a quarterback position right now. And I'm gonna go from 10 to 1. I'm not gonna go 1 to 10 because it's kind of obvious. PFF has their own rankings. I have my own. Number 1 is consensus, but everything else is kind of different. So I'm gonna go through this quarterback list. I'm good on Bro. I'm good on Bro. Jason Bean. I'm good on Bro. I'm good on Devin Leary. Kedon Slovis. I'm straight on him. Sam Hartman. Shoot. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18. We have 18 questions to look at. So number 10 for me, right? Number 10 for me is 1. Sam Hartman, Notre Dame. I like Sam Hartman. I don't love him. I think he has a decent arm. We see he has a really, really good feel for the game. Been in college forever, so he's very, very experienced as well. I like Sam Hartman a lot, and I think he's a guy that will probably be a 6th rounder to maybe late 5th rounder, something like that. I think he's a guy that you could probably take around there and develop into a really good backup quarterback in the league. Next would be Tola Tagovailoa would be number 9. I like him a lot as a backup quarterback prospect as well. I think he has the arm talent. I do believe he has the mobility. He doesn't have the it factor to be a starter, but I think he's someone that can come in for a game or two, give you some quality snaps, keep your team afloat, and go back to the bench. He looks like a prototypical NFL backup to me. So that'd be number 9. Number 8 would be Carter Bradley out of South Alabama. Very similar to Tagovailoa, but I think he has a better arm than him. And also, I do think that he is slightly more pro-ready than Tagovailoa, but Tagovailoa has more of a higher ceiling to me than Bradley does. So that's why I have him at number 8. 7, Joe Milton III out of Tennessee. Rocket arm. He got a cannon. Bro got a bazooka, a Draco, whatever you want to call that thing. He has a arm. Now, is he the most accurate? Heck no. Can he do a lot more work with his delivery and his footwork? Heck yeah, he can. But the raw arm talent is there. The arm talent is there. And I do believe that if you get him in the oh, by the way, I got Tua Tagovailoa and Carter Bradley in that late 5th round, early 6th round range as well, just like I have Sam Hart, by the way. If you can get this guy in the late 4th round, sit him behind an experienced quarterback, get his footwork together, get his mechanics together, and let him play in the preseason to really test those new skills for a year or two, you got yourself an NFL starter, borderline, at least a low-end starter with a lot of upside in Joe Milton III. I like him a lot. That's my number 7. Number 6 for me would probably be it's tough. I don't like Michael Pratt like that. I'm not a big fan. I saw some stuff. I'm not a fan. Number 6 for me will be I would say Jordan Travis. I've not watched Austin Reed, so don't quote me. But Jordan Travis be my number 6. We saw how he looked before he got hurt. And Jordan Travis, like, he can really play. I think he's a really high-end backup, low-end starter in this league. I think someone you could pick up in the mid-5th round, preferably. But if you can get this guy in the late 4th round, just like Joe Milton to mid-5th roundish, I think you got yourself a steal. I think he'll probably be like that. Not Brock Purdy, but I'm like a Sam Howell over the draft, where he come in, play well, make a few mistakes, but you do see some upside with him, and you think he can be a starting quarterback for you. Franchise quarterback, probably not, but he's a really good spot NFL starter / bridge quarterback for the next guy, and a guy that can bounce around the league and be a backup and also be a very low end tier starter for you. So that's why I have Jordan Travis at number 6. Number five. Number five for me would be I would say I got 5A and 5B because this is kind of a tie. It's actually a three-way tie for me, honestly speaking. In the five spot, you could put any of these three guys. You could put Bo Nix there, Michael Penix Jr., or Spencer Rattler. I think all those guys are very similar in a lot of ways. Spencer Rattler is a little bit more mobile than Michael Penix, but also Michael Penix has a little bit more pocket awareness than Bo Nix. I think Bo Nix has a little bit more upside than the other two. Uh, but I do believe all three of them are in the same category of quarterback and same caliber of quarterback. I look at Michael Penix. He's the best pocket passer in this class, but he also is very, very immobile in a lot of ways. He has a huge injury history. I'm not a big fan of that. Bo Nix, I can't get that Auburn tape out my head. I can't. So I don't know how. I'm just not like Bo Nix like that. And then Spencer Rattler to me has a higher ceiling than Penix, but lower than Nix. So he's like in the middle to me. But I like Spencer Rattler. I think Spencer Rattler has a ton of arm talent. He has a ton of skills. He has a very, very, very unique skill set to him. I think he's a guy that you can, if you can nurture him and you can really, 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 really get the best out of Spencer Rattler, you're talking about a top 15 quarterback in the league. I like what Spencer Rattler brings to the table. Same with the other two guys, too. I don't love even one of these three guys. But if you got, I think Penix could be a late first rounder, early second rounder. I believe that Nix will be a mid to early to mid second round pick. I believe Spencer Rattler will be a late second rounder. But if you can get these guys, preferably if you can get Rattler in the third, that's great. Uh, if you can get Penix early second, that's kind of ideal. Even with Nix, you can get him late second, early third. That is ideal. And you will have a nice quarterback in all three of these guys. And I like them all. I think they're. I mean, I don't like them all, but I like them to a certain extent. But I don't love none of these three guys here at the number three spot. But I think they're all really solid in their own way. Number four, JJ McCarthy, quarterback out of Michigan. I already talked about JJ right now. I think he's very accurate. I think he has a nice arm. He has good arm talent. I think he manages the game very, very well and puts his team in positions to not fail a lot and does not put the ball in harm's way. Now, is he a difference maker? No. So that's a con for him. Also, can he really carry a team? I do not know. His most pass attempts in a game was 37. That's pretty low in any given game, especially with teams throw the ball now. 37 for a career high in pass attempts is way too low for me to really say he can carry a team. But I do think he can, bare minimum, be a much better version of Alex Smith. If he's Alex Smith with a rocket, that's good. It means he can actually do more than a game manager can do and kind of start to turn to a difference maker, if that makes sense. I like JJ McCarthy in the middle to late first round. If you take him in the top 10, I think it's a little high, but I kind of get it because of the hype train going on through JJ right now. But I do believe he's more of a mid to late first round pick. If I were a team to draft JJ McCarthy, I wouldn't touch him until about at least 12 to 13, and the 13th or 12th pick in the 2024 NFL draft. Number three, Jaden Daniels. Um, Jaden to me has all the tools in the world. The only thing I'm worried about is his arm strength. It's a little lacking. I don't think he can make all the throws, but he barely makes all the throws. That makes sense. Um, he does throw good anticipation. He does throw guys open, and he's a great athlete, right? So I do like Jaden Daniels a lot, but I don't like his arm talent. And it does turn me off a little bit to his game. But I do like everything else around Jaden. Also, the fact he did play with two first round receivers kind of makes me gas a little bit. Even with Joe Burrow, the same thing too. But I think Jaden can play in this league. I think Jaden has a really good chance to be a top half of the league starter. Franchise quarterback might be a slight stretch. He's only 5 or 6, maybe 7 of those in the league, but he could be a guy that's right underneath that and be a really good starter for you for 10 years if you put him in position to succeed and allow him to kind of progress as a passer over time. I think he's already a really solid pocket passer, but I think he can work on a couple of things to get better as well. So I like Jaden Daniels. I think he is the most impactful rookie in this rookie class. I think he had the best rookie season out of everyone in this rookie class, but I don't think um, he'll be the best one long term. But I do think he'll have the best rookie season out of anyone in this whole class. Number 2, Drake May. Drake May to me is the wild card of the entire 2024 NFL draft class when it comes to quarterbacks because he has a very low floor. He has an extremely high ceiling, right? I think his floor to me, I don't want to sound disrespectful. His floor to me, his absolute worst thing he could be would probably be that's tough. I wouldn't say Sam Howell because they play different. They're two different quarterbacks, two different statures, two different play styles. His apex is Justin Herbert, right? The best Drake May could be is Justin Herbert. I think the worst he could be right now compared to other quarterbacks in the league. Tough one. His apex is definitely Justin Herbert. His floor to me would be Mitchell Trubisky. That's his worst he could be in the league. Everything went left. Nothing went right for him. Everything went awry. Nothing went right for him. His floor is Mitchell Trubisky. His ceiling is Justin Herbert. I think he'll be something closer to Justin Herbert than Mitchell Trubisky, but closer to the middle. I think he will be more like 75% what Justin Herbert is in the league right now, which is a darn good quarterback. If you're 75% of Justin Herbert, you're probably a top 12 quarterback in the league. So I like Drake May a lot. I think he could play. I love the arm talent. The arm talent is oozing potential. He's very mobile for his size. And well, also like he throws on the run very well, which I like a lot. And but one thing he has to work on is decision making. He makes some very, very boneheaded picks that he definitely needs to work on. Number 1, obviously, is Caleb Williams. I don't need to talk about that. He's the best quarterback in this draft class, not even close. So that's kind of that, right? So that is my rankings of the quarterbacks in the 2024 NFL draft. And also my thoughts on the whole JJ McCarthy situation, very briefly. I'm gonna wrap you off. I went to bed about that. I think it's some general interest if there's a trade down scenario that could happen. But in general, I think it's more due diligence just in case just to see if we do have an offer that Adam Peters cannot refuse. So just keep that in mind. Like, comment, subscribe, comment your thoughts. You guys be easy, be safe, stay healthy. Have a great night. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow in another video. Till next time, peace.